one of the things I love to do is to go on a run on the nation's mall, what Ronald Reagan called America's front yard. And that's because of the monuments and memorials dedicated to our veterans. And look, I got to do it pretty much every morning anyways, because I got to stay in shape. Still being in the Marine Corps, they don't mess around in terms of PT. So follow me on this PT run this morning on veterans. Come on. I love this monument. One of the most underrated monuments in all of Washington, D.C. 44 feet tall. This is the biggest equestrian statue in all of D.C. The power and intensity of this monument, protecting the Capitol, overlooking the monument dedicated to the savior of our nation, Abraham Lincoln, and the father of our nation, George Washington, is literally perfect. And it just has one word on the pedestal: Grant. That is. We're here in front of the Washington Monument, and we all know about George Washington, father of the country, but think about this. Probably the ultimate American veteran. If it weren't for George Washington, from the military perspective, we literally wouldn't have a country. Alaska wasn't even a state during World War II. It was a territory, but it was also the only place that was actually invaded by the enemy, Imperial Japan, and occupied. One thing I never failed to brag about in terms of our great state is that Alaska has more veterans per capita than any state in the country. The most important statement, certainly of World War II, but of so many wars, that depict why America is an exceptional nation, is what's at the base of this flagpole. Americans came to liberate and end tyranny and to restore freedom. That is what makes us unique. Because of American democracy and our veterans that we celebrate today, our country and the U.S. military have done more to liberate humankind from tyranny and oppression than probably any other force in human history. There are two parts of the Vietnam War Memorial that are very powerful. The first is Vietnam veterans looking upon their fellow members who were killed in action. The second very moving element of the Vietnam War Memorial is this memorial to women veterans who served in Vietnam. To our Vietnam vets, we can never thank you enough. When they came home, they were not treated well. And as opposed to being bitter, what they did was to make sure the next generation of American veterans fighting in wars, when they came home, they were treated well. You see here a depiction of grunts on patrol. Obviously in the rain, harsh weather, determined look on their faces, but also fear. I've been somebody who's for a long time been a Korean War history buff. I didn't think that this memorial could be improved. Due to the generosity of the Korean people and the Korean government, this memorial has recently had a major addition, what is called the Wall of Remembrance. And like the Vietnam Memorial, the Korean War Memorial now has the names of all 37,000 Americans who were killed in action in this war. The other powerful statement at this memorial says, our nation honors its sons and daughters who fought for a country they never knew and a people they never met. This war, the Korean War, shouldn't be called the Forgotten War, but the Noble War. What happened in 1950 through 1953 was the essence of nobility. defending freedom for people across the world that you didn't even know.